President Maithripala Sirisena has guaranteed that he will stand firm in the face of any challenges and that he will continue with the social transformation he has initiated. The President made this statement at a SLFP meeting held in Dambadeniya today. The rally was held under the theme Ekvemu Jagamu Vadakaramu with the purpose of raising awareness among SLFP activists.
I have not struck personal agreements with the United National Party. We formed a front and 49 organizations signed the 100-day program of this front. The 19th Amendment, the 20th Amendment, peace and democracy in the country were part of this program and it has been accomplished. I have done my part in this program over the past several months with the support of Parliament and we can be happy with the achievements made by the country. Some people do not like transformation. I do not like confrontational politics between the UNP and the SLFP. We must be rid of this disgraceful type of politics. That political culture does not suit a developing country. When I say that we must work together to change this, that is when they pelt stones. But I must say clearly that every political leader who has tried to bring about a transformation anywhere in the world has faced serious challenges. Ministers boycotted Prime Minister Bandaranaike's cabinet. In 3.5 years, there were about 400 strikes. This is something that politicians who bring about transformation must face. But the politicians who give leadership to the transformation do not fear the bullets or the bombs. They have brought about a transformation in the world with the support of the people. We must transform this country too.
Minister of Finance Ravi Karnanayaka has challenged critics to point out even a single development project that the current government has stopped.
Minister Karnanayaka made this statement at a public rally held in Colombo today.
They ask us if we have stopped development projects that he has initiated. I would like to ask each and every one of you to show me one project that we have stopped in the Colombo district. We have stopped them from taking any more commissions and instead we have handed it over to the public. There is only one matter for which the people can blame us, and that is why we haven't arrested the rogues. There are some individuals in the Attorney General's department who do not do what they say. We ask them to please obtain a statement with regard to the corruption these individuals have done, at least for the sake of the public. But they tell us that they do not want to obtain a statement and that they do not want to arrest them. This is what is happening.
Minister Arjuna Ranatunga says that there is a conspiracy taking place within the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He made this statement at a Sri Lanka Freedom Party meeting in Attanagala, Ranpokunugama this morning.
By 2009, I was unable to look at the manner in which Mahinda Rajapaksa ran the government. That is why I stepped aside without leaving the party and held discussions as to where the Sri Lanka Freedom Party is failing. It is unfortunate as to how certain former ministers are trying to dismantle the party while being part of it. Certain individuals are announcing the fact that we left the party and we have accepted ministerial positions. Yes, we have accepted ministerial positions. But what are the ministers and provincial councillors who are causing destruction doing today? These very same politicians are wreaking havoc within the party in order to destroy it and pave the way for a UNP-led government.
Let's now take a look at some of the views expressed in the political arena.
Let alone 100 days. In 50 days, we could feel what was really happening. Just that the development done over several years would be done in 100 days. I think you need less than half a minute to do the development undertaken over several years in 100 days.
In the recent past, he falsely beat his chest and falsely portrayed an electric chair to the people. My friends, if there was an electric chair, he would have taken the war heroes of the farmers, the labourers and the fishermen of this land there. Now they are opposing the program of concessions we have introduced in our time in government. I state at this instance that even if Sajid Premadasa is taken to the electric chair, he will not stop the concessions being given to the people. You can see where some of those who were with our leader are now. In the past, Mahinda Rajapaksa was like family to some people, but now he is like cold water. Now we understand who the true enemy is and who the true friend is. Those who took the most are the ones who did this. Those who were closest were the ones who played the game. There is one person I know of. He was at his bedside. Even at night, he puts me to bed and leaves. He jumped at 3 a.m. on the 9th. This is the situation. I wonder about his want for power. Imagine the greed. When he is defeated at the general election, I will not be surprised if he contests at the Pradeshya Sabha election. 4 of them have been imprisoned. When we go to the Valikada prison today, we can see Basil Rajapaksa in another...
Deputy Minister Dr. Harshad Silva says that the policy planning must be undertaken targeting the economic progress of the country.
The Deputy Minister expressed these views at a meeting of UNP activists at the Bodhiraja Rama Vihare in Soisapur, Moratuwa.
Although they formed an organization called Tarunyata Heta, there was no tomorrow for the youth. They got everything. Some of them went in rockets. But what happened to the ordinary youth? What must we do now to develop the country economically? We need to think about it and plan policies. I cannot give jobs to everyone that asks me for employment tomorrow. But if I can, I will change these policies over the next 2 to 3 years and ensure that all our children can hope for well-paying jobs. I feel that this is where I will be successful. In the next 5 years, we will change this country. It will definitely be done.
අපේ ඊළඟ අවුරුදු පහේ මේ රට වෙනස් කරනවාමයි අපි මේ රට.
And around the Sharjah, the affairs of the US Embassy in Sri Lanka says rampant corruption is undermining Sri Lanka's efforts to achieve sustained economic growth. Nanda speaking at the 17th American Chamber of Commerce or AmCham Sri Lanka Ball held last night.
In business, you know how important transparency is. Transparent public finance practices can uproot corruption to the benefit of businesses both domestic and foreign and the nation as a whole. Rampant corruption has long undermined Sri Lanka's efforts to achieve sustained, expansive economic growth. I am convinced the increased investor interest in Sri Lanka we have recently witnessed is just an initial ripple and will soon be followed by a greater wave of foreign firms looking to take advantage of all Sri Lanka has to offer.
The 117th anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine Independence Day was held in Colombo yesterday.
The event was held under the auspices of the Minister of Health and Indigenous Medicine, Dr. Rajita Senaratne. The event also saw the participation of a number of dignitaries, including the Ambassador of Philippines in Sri Lanka, Vincent Vivencio T. Bandilo.
Our friendship, which is built on trust and mutual understanding, has allowed us to support each other in managing our shared challenges in the multilateral forum. As a country that has experienced violent terrorism in the past 3 decades, we stand ready with the Philippines in combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Based on the mandate given by the people and revitalization of democracy, our government is ambitiously focusing on creating a conducive environment for genuine partnership with the international community.
The website of the Consulate of Republic of Philippines in Colombo was also launched in line with the occasion.
A partner, Newsfirst.
Welcome back. Here with News First. The UNP issuing a statement today has rejected allegations by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa that it removed 59 military encampments in the north. The statement has been signed by UNP General Secretary Minister Kabir Hashim.
The statement notes that the 59 camps in question were closed during the tenure of Mahinda Rajapaksa's government. The UNP points out further that of the 11,000 acres taken over by the military in the north, 5,000 acres were released during the tenure of Mahinda Rajapaksa's government. The statement reads that the current government, with the agreement of the military, has only released 1,000 acres of this land. The UNP claims that in November 2014, Mahinda Rajapaksa had also ordered the closure of the Sampur camp. The UNP General Secretary challenges the former president to name the 59 camps closed by the current government, if there are any.
Secretary to the Ministry of Power and Energy, Suren Bhattakuda, says fuel prices will not change in any way for the next 3 months.
Following a minor increase in world oil prices, it was believed that fuel prices at home too would increase. At present, world oil prices stand at approximately $64 per barrel. Newsfirst made inquiries from the Ministry of Power and Energy on whether the petrol and diesel price concessions granted through the interim budget will be affected by this situation.
Over the past 3 months, CPETCO has incurred an after-tax loss of about 4 billion rupees. We are not going to amend fuel prices in any way for the next 3 to 4 months. On the part of the ministry, we have proposed for the introduction of a fuel price formula. We have submitted the price formula to the government. However, I believe that when presenting such a formula, it is necessary to obtain the views of various factions. The policy of the country must be considered. I believe that we will be able to introduce a formula in the next 2 to 3 months.
Nevertheless, Bataguri noted that major losses are being incurred as a result of the concessions being granted to the public.
CPETCO registered a before-tax profit of 18 billion rupees. A loss of 4 billion has been incurred as a result of paying taxes to the treasury. If you take the country as a whole, there has been no loss in the fuel sector. Thereby, when a price formula is introduced, it will determine changes in the price of fuel, with final decision being made by the government. And it will also determine the changes to taxation.
A private tutor in the Kaluthara area has been arrested for allegedly sexually abusing a 15-year-old boy. Police media spokesperson ASP Ruwan Gunasekara said that the child had been abused when he attended the tuition class.
වයස අවුරුදු 15ක් වූ පිරිමි දරුවෙක්ව ලිංගික අඩන්තේට්ටම් වලට ලක් කිරීමේ සිද්ධියක් පිළිබඳව
A complaint was received by the Kaluthara South police station that a 15-year-old boy had been sexually abused. It has been revealed that the child attends a tuition class for mathematics and his tutor had abused the child on several occasions over a period of 1 year. The incident had taken place at a house in Katukurunda where the suspect conducts his tuition class. The suspect is also a former member of the Kaluthara Pradeshya Sabha. The suspect was produced before the acting magistrate of Kaluthara today after he was arrested. The suspect has been remanded until the 19th of this month.
එළඹෙන 19 වෙනි දින දක්වා සැකකරුව රක්ෂිත බන්ධනාගාරගත කර තිබෙනවා.
The law prohibits exhuming of a body from a grave without obtaining prior permission from courts. However, Newsfirst received a report from Anuradhapura with regard to the desecration of a grave site today.
The corpse was of a 20-year-old female and a mother of one who was a resident of the Gambirigaswava area in Palugalava, Anuradhapura. She committed suicide on the 11th of this month due to a family dispute. My sister went to Munragala after she married, but she returned home after they had a fallout. She was living with my mother. Relatives say that the final rites were held at the Palugol public cemetery last evening.
We buried the body yesterday. When I went home this morning, my uncle said that the body was exhumed and was found atop the concrete slab. Information as to who exhumed the corpse has yet to be ascertained. According to police, it was revealed that the pair of earrings which was on the body had been stolen.
Area residents in Hambantota have been severely inconvenienced owing to wild elephant attacks which has been taking place a few years. They charge that even though they have informed relevant authorities with regard to the matter, they still have not provided them with a solution.
For people living in Lunugamvehera, Hambantota and surrounding villages, the night brings with it a sense of fear and insecurity. This fear is brought on by these wild elephants. The fear that elephants may one night attack their homes has not abated.
The elephant chased me from under the coconut palm where I am speaking now. I ran into the house. He destroyed my crops, ate his fill and left at about 6 or 7 in the morning. We do not have firecrackers to chase them away. We use torches and small firecrackers, but it doesn't work.
These people have been forced to offer up their crops as a sacrifice to the elephants to save their lives. This electric fence was erected as a solution to the problem. As a result of the authorities paying to carry out maintenance on this fence, which was constructed at a cost of hundreds of thousands of rupees, all that is left today are the posts. The elephant tore it down in October 2014. We informed the Wildlife Office. We haven't received a single document. The people are despairing. Since the elephants encroach on their homes, the people have been forced to seek refuge in the jungle. They spend the nights in.
A shop at the Puttlam bus stop was completely destroyed in a fire that erupted this morning.
The fire erupted at around 6 this morning, and the distance between the shop and the Puttlam Municipal Council is less than 50 meters. However, due to the fire truck of the Municipal Council being inoperational, a fire truck had been called from the Thambapani Navy Camp in Kalladi, which is 4 kilometers away from the location of the fire. Area residents say that if they were able to use the fire truck of the Municipal Council, the damage caused by the fire could have been minimized.
The Municipal Council has a fire truck. However, there is no use for it as it does not work. If there is a fire, the Navy has to come here, and that takes hours.
The shop has sustained serious damages due to the fire, and it has been revealed that an electrical short circuit had caused the fire. According to our correspondent, the Puttlam Municipal Council is currently under the supervision of a commissioner.
The fire and rescue units of several local councils are engaged in a joint effort to put out a major fire that erupted at a factory in Bandaragama. Newsfirst reporter Vivek Jayasuri has sent us this footage of the blaze. Authorities say 5 fire trucks are engaged in the effort to douse the blaze. While no casualties have been reported, the cause of the fire has not yet been ascertained. The fire had broken out at a mattress manufacturing factory. Six people were killed in several road accidents reported from various parts of the island over the past 24 hours.
One person was killed and 16 others were injured in a head-on collision between 2 lorries near the Due Modar Bridge on the Gold Road in Koskoda. The deceased was a 54-year-old resident of the Vettuamakade area in Payagala. 7 women and 9 men were injured in the collision. A police officer serving at the Buttala police station was killed in a road accident which occurred near the 36th kilometer post in Ududumbura Central, Kandy. Our reporter says it is believed that the officer had been travelling from Mahiyangania to Kandy on a motorcycle when he met with an accident. Meanwhile, a young man was killed in a collision involving a motorcycle and a pickup truck in the Yakkal area on the Galen Bindunuwava Kakirava road. The deceased was a resident of Manankattiya in Megodawava. The driver of the pickup truck has been arrested.
Deputy Minister of Justice Sujiva Senasinghe participated at an aid distribution program held in Maligavatta today.
A program to distribute dry rations to low-income families in the Maligavatta area was held this morning. The aid was donated in line with Islamic fasting month of Ramadan.
In another 10 years, we need to be in a position where we no longer have to donate this bag of goods. We are able to manage the economy to enable the people to obtain it themselves. If we are given the opportunity to complete this task, I believe that we can turn this into a developed country for the people to live in. I deeply appreciate this program which has assisted in pushing us towards this goal.
The 13th annual cricket tournament organised by the Vallampitiya Private Education Institute was held today.
The opening ceremony of the tournament was held under auspices of Western Provincial Councillor Susil Kindalpitiya at the Umagilya Sports Ground in Kolonava.
අවසාන ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ දුවේ පුතේ වෙන මොකුත් නෙමෙයි අධ්‍යාපනය විතරයි.
In the end, my dear children, all that you will have left is your education. Private education is becoming a narrow-minded business in this era. We have a word for it in this country. We call it a mafia. Children who are strong, both mentally and physically, must be created. We need such children for our future.
අනාගතයට අපිට අවශ්‍ය කායික මානසික වශයෙන් ශක්තිමත් දරුවෝ